Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I was really excited when I saw the new releases or leaks for the Master Universe Origins and Cartoon Collection lines, and of course the Masterverse and Vintage Masterverse. Um, but I couldn't help but wonder, how long this can go on. One of the Master Universe toy YouTube channels was talking about this, and I think it's something we don't really want to hear or sort of think about for the most part. But these lines have to end at some point. Now, when you look at the Origins line, it was great. It's been 5 years, and we're still getting Origins figures. There's a few left. They do seem to be dragging out the last few. But assuming they release all of them, we are going to have really a finished collection. We're going to have all the original characters in Origins versions with a bunch of alternative versions and mini comic versions and original designs, sketched versions and all that sort of stuff, which is good. But at some point, we're done. We've got them all, so they don't need to keep going. And even with the cartoon collection, there's only so many characters who were sort of regularly on the show that people are really going to have a sentimental sort of nostalgic sort of need for. The other characters, more one-off ones that are in like one episode, I don't think they're going to quite have the appeal that some of the regular characters had. So I'm not sure how long that line's going to go on or how successful it's going to be once they get past the initial sort of characters. And they have gone through a lot of them real quick. So I don't know. What I'm hearing is that these guys, they're just not selling as well as they used to, that they're sort of hanging on the shelves. And the exclusives in that aren't selling out as quickly as they used to. The stuff on Mattel Collections and stuff like that, because a while ago there was that video from Scott Knightlick saying, well, basically they're ending the line, it's winding down, when really what they were doing was they were sort of, some retail stores weren't picking the next wave up or dropping the line overall, and there was going to be a focus now on putting out a lot of them online with Mattel Collections and stuff like that. That's fine if they've got a dedicated audience. They can market to that, it's going to be a successful line, that's fine. Some people putting it out in retail, people are buying it, because the sort of thought is that, well, a lot of kids aren't really buying it. It hasn't really, developed a new audience of kids. It's basically people like me who used to collect the original who are buying these ones. So, I'm not sure. I mean, for me, it feels like these lines have to end. That's natural. Like, they can't just keep going. Now, Masterverse was kind of smart. They did new designs, so that in theory could just go on forever, but that already seems to be compromised because they've started doing the vintage line, which is sort of like redoing on some level the classics line. Now, I've only got one classics figure myself. I decided not to get them because I didn't want to buy the different scale. I said to myself, I'm not doing that. I'm not rebuying the whole series in a different scale. And it was really only when they did the movie figures I was thinking of doing it, because I thought I could have that as a separate sort of subset, sort of little line I can do. But they were too expensive. I didn't end up getting them, and I ended up getting the Masterverse ones. That's why I started getting Masterverse. And then I saw the 40th anniversary of He-Man. I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to get a couple. So I got Skeletor to go with He-Man. I got the Barbarian one, whatever it was, with the cape. And I got Jitsu because I liked him. And I got Too Bad because he was on sale. And I got Catra because I'm going to get She-Ra, and I have to have Catra to go with She-Ra, and I'll get Hordak. So I'm going to get a few of the basic ones, and that's it. So I just have a little separate collection. That's fine. I don't need to get all of them. And I'm wondering if other people feel the same way. I mean, I only have one classics figure, regular classics figure, and that's because they hadn't done that figure. So even though he's apparently going to be in the Origins line, they're doing a mini comic version, Geldor. I just got that one. So I probably won't get any more of them. Maybe one or two. If they don't do them in the vintage line, I might get them. But yeah, so it just seems like the momentum is slowing. The people naturally have gotten their fill. They have gotten all the main figures in Origins, and we're just waiting to finish that line off. And the cartoon collection will be the same. And Masterverse, either it'll continue on its own and continue on, or it will become like a Classics 2.0, so people like me who didn't buy the original Classics can buy these ones because they're new and not as expensive. And that will be an example of the overall brand not being as successful because they couldn't, keep a new sort of original sort of line going, and they're falling back to the classics, but that will sell well and there's a bunch of them. But then once we've done those characters again in that, like, how many times can we do these characters? How many variations are there? You know, there must be a life to this line that has a natural end, and there has to be a natural conclusion to it all. And I think we're starting to see, if not that, but a feeling of that from people where they're like, I've had my fill, I'm done, I've got enough, or it's winding down and the enthusiasm's gone and they're not selling like they used to. And I think that is kind of a natural thing, and it might just be okay. And then maybe it'll come back later in some other form. But I just wanted to comment on that. I was just sort of was feeling that and sort of observed a few people saying it, and I was wondering how other people are feeling about that. I feel like once I finish off these collections, I'm kind of done. I don't need to keep going. I'm wondering, is that what other people are thinking as well? I'm guessing they are. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the future of the Masters of the Universe line.